Okay, I'm gonna hope that this isn't too wobbly for it to be too difficult to watch. I'll just move my room around, and I haven't got somewhere to put my camera mount yet. So this video is going to be for None the Wiser, and it's about setting priorities and things, and how to know when other people's stuff kind of encroaches on your day-to-day life, and how to make decisions on whether or not something someone else has asked you to do is going to hinder your achievement of your goals and things. So the first thing I suggest you do is have a think about your life and think about your goals. Or it might just be your values as a person. So for example, if you're quite a hospitable person and you like to have lots of people around your house, and you like to socialise, keeping your house clean so you can invite people in might be one of your values. There might be some things that you're working towards in the future. So for me, I've got some business ideas, so I'm gonna put that in mine. And we're just doing a mind map before we start doing the actual time management and planning, because this is going to be your reference sheet to help you make the decisions. Then another thing that's important to me is being on the 7 Cups trauma team. So I want to make sure that I have time to do that. Then I have my therapy, which is important because it helps me get better. Oh man, my brain is slow today. And I think that's probably my main 4 categories at the moment. Well, actually, no, I need to put my faith stuff in there because I like to do my Bible journaling. Right, so these are my main categories that are important to me in my life. So my goal for my business is to earn some money, really. But I also have other goals, like a creative outlet, and something that my parts can join in on, because I've got multiple personalities and there's lots of kids that really enjoy doing the creative stuff. And then 7 Cups, my main goal is to support others, specifically with DID. And I suppose a sub-goal would be to connect with other people. So cleaning, I want to be able to invite others over. I also like a mentally calm place. I find that when there's lots of clutter or dishes and stuff, it stresses me out. And it just makes everything feel more difficult. Faith. I love doing my Bible journaling because it just calms me down. Well, when I can do it. I do find it quite difficult to read. My main goal for therapy is healing. I've got other goals, but they're quite personal, so I'm just going to put that so you get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm sorry it's so zoomed in, but anyway, I separated them into 5 categories: future, business stuff, 7 cups, therapy, faith, cleaning. And if you don't know what your goals and values are, have a think about what you want your life to be like and kind of visualize it in your mind. So if you imagine getting up in the morning and, I don't know, you want to be able to go and do some exercise, make yourself a nice cup of coffee, you want to work at home maybe, or you want to go to work, or what do you imagine travelling in? Do you want to go by car or train or bus? When you're on the bus, do you want to read a book? Just your ideal life, what would it look like? And those are the things that you want to work towards in your goals. And think about whether those things match up with your personal sense of identity and values, because that's when you start to live your best life. So once you've got this stage done, this is the time management side of things. So I start with a grid. And anything on this side of the grid is urgent. Wait. I haven't done this for a while. It's urgent, important. I don't know if you can see what I'm writing. You can take more care on yours. I'm just scribbling for the video. So we've got urgent, important, urgent, not important, important, not urgent, and not important, not urgent. And it sounds really silly to have this category, but it's really important when you have lots of things coming in that you think about this category, because anything that would fit in here are things that you're going to say no to because they don't serve your goals. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to remember this as I do it because I haven't done it for a little while. So I don't know why I haven't done it for a little while. I don't know. I guess because I did it ages ago and I'm still working off the same list. Anyway, something is important if it serves your goals. Okay, or if it's something you're obliged to do, like pay your taxes, you know, just to maintain your life, you have to feed yourself. Like, there's nothing about my goals that say I have to feed myself, but I need to feed myself, otherwise I'll be dead, that kind of stuff. So let's call that a necessity. My brain ain't working today. Necessity. Okay. Excuse my spelling. My brain really is not working today. I'm trying to do this and it's really hard to concentrate. Okay, so let me think. Right, my number one goal at the moment for business stuff is to earn money, and I've got a lot of stuff to sell on eBay. So one of my things that I need to do this week is post items on eBay listings, and I'm going to put that in the important, not urgent, because I don't have to get it done right now. I've still got some listings up, but it's important because I need to keep fresh stock. If I had no stock left on my eBay, I'd put that in the urgent important. Now, things that other people ask me to do usually fit in the not important category, no matter how urgent they seem to make it seem. So if my husband called me up and said, I need you to go to the post office and post this for me, okay? If it's a necessity, then I count it as important. If it's not a necessity, then as hard as it may sound, it's a not important item. Although it might be urgent and I might say that I'll do it for him. It depends on how much of the day it disrupts for my other to-dos. You don't have to do this every day. You can just have this grid maybe on a whiteboard and have post-it notes and move things between. That's how I used to do it when I was working. And I had a team of people and we could all move it based on the team's priorities. But this is just a rough concept idea. You can adapt it to however you want. You can colour code it, like anything to do with future stuff could be pink or green or whatever colour you like. That kind of thing. I've done that before as well. That works really well, especially when you're doing lots of different things. But let's just keep it simple for this video. So that's one of the things I've got to do. I also need to do my dishes. Now, it's important because it's one of my values that I want to keep the house clean. But it's not really urgent. But by dinner time, it might become urgent because I might not have any dishes left. But no, I've done some dishes, so I've got enough. So let's put dishes in here. So I get a phone call, maybe from my mum. She says, I need you to come over and walk the dog. And I need you to do it in like a couple of hours because she's getting restless. So I'll put who asked me to, and then dog walking in this category. And that, I'm not saying that I'm going to do it yet. I'm just planning out my time. So let's just assume this is one day. And that the important thing is these decision-making things are not scheduling. This is just planning. Because once you've got everything that you need to do on this paper, then you can take the things after you've made the decision about whether or not you're going to do them and whether or not they serve your goals, and then add them to a schedule like a calendar. And one of the things that I find difficult to deal with when doing scheduling is it's quite natural for people to underestimate how long things are going to take them. So they think, oh yeah, I can do all of my dishes in 5 minutes. Well, that's not going to happen. It takes me at least 20 minutes to do the dishes. By the time I've gone out there, I've cleared the old dishes away that have dried. I've filled the bowl up with water, and I've finally gone around the house and collected any dishes and gone to start even cleaning. The 5 minutes has gone already. So there's that. So I don't schedule in blocks of time. I just say, right, today, these are the top things on my list, and I just work my way through the list. If I don't get to the bottom, it doesn't matter. They just become the top things for the next day, unless my priorities have changed, in which case I would rejig this and create a new to-do list to schedule for the next day. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So what else? Say that I've got somebody come in to look at my house, to do a house inspection. That happened to me last week. Suddenly it becomes urgent to do some cleaning, and it's important to me because one, it's part of my values, but 2, it's something that I have to do. I have to pass that in order to be able to stay in my house. So I put that in the urgent, important section. Can't be bothered to write all that out, you know what I mean. So the trying to think of something that's not important, not urgent. Cleaning my car. It's something I want to do because I like it when my car is shiny, but it's really not important right now compared to all the other things that I've got going on. And it's not urgent because it keeps raining and it keeps getting messed up anyway, so it's probably not the best time to do it, but I don't want to forget about it, so I'm going to stick it in here. So it could be important to me, but it's not really right now, so I'm going to put that in there and just go with your gut feeling. It's not about being a perfectionist, it's just at the moment it's not that. Later on it might become important but not urgent, and I might stick it up here and it might actually make it onto my daily to-do list. But for now I'm not that bothered. What else? Oh yeah, my mum wants me to research getting these storage baskets. I bought some in America and she's trying to find the same ones over here, but that's not really important to me for my goals. As much as I love my mum and want to help her out, it's not going to meet any of my goals. And it's not urgent because she doesn't need it right away. It's just something she's thinking about, but I don't want to forget about it because we've been talking about it together, so I'm going to put it on here. So that's very slim. I know. I wish I had one of my old ones that I could show you. I don't know what I've done with it because I've moved everything around, so sorry about that, but you can get a gist of what I'm saying from this and hopefully it's clear. So once I've done this, I create my to-do list, and these are the things that I would put on my to-do list at the top. I'd do this on a separate bit of paper, but I'm just doing this for the video. And then, oh sorry, that would be on the top because it's urgent, the cleaning. So that will go on my to-do as well. And I'd work through them. And then if I manage to get through all of those things today, I would maybe think about walking mum's dog. Or I might say, actually, no, mum, I'm not going to do that because I want to clean my car. Because suddenly that might become more important. So just reassess as you go through things, because things can change throughout the day. And it can be really tempting just to stick to our to-do list no matter what, because we've already made the decisions about it. And decision making can be really tiring, especially when you've got anxiety or you're trying to deal with like trauma symptoms. But I would encourage you to try to keep thinking about what your future goals are and think about if anything's changed during the day. Because you've already done this, you only have to think about a couple of things. So say suddenly all my eBay stock sold, this would become urgent. But that one situation has only changed one thing that I've got to do today. It hasn't changed everything. And because I've already thought about everything else, the only thing I have to pay attention to this one is here. And it helps me avoid overwhelm because I've already done a lot of the decision making and planning. And if you do this, it's going to be really difficult the first time you do it, if you're really thorough and go through all of your goals, which you don't have to do, but just put down as many as you can think of to start with. And you might want to split it up into different days if you're getting overwhelmed. But the idea is once you have your goals and values map, you can change this as you understand your identity and you reevaluate things, because your values might change. Like today, keeping the house clean is really important to me. But in a few months' time, when everything's settled, it might just become one of those maintenance things and it's less important to me because I've already done the work on it. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Yeah, so the point of doing that is you have decided on a lot of things, so all you have to assess is anything that's changed and then adjust your to-do list for the day accordingly. And I would really suggest that you don't pin yourself down to like time slots for each of these things, because especially if you're doing something new for the first time, like take decluttering for example. I put down that I was going to declutter my whole house originally in 2 days, which was ridiculous. There was no way I could ever do that, because the skill for deciding what to keep and what to let go of took me 2 days just to get the hang of the thought process and what was important to me based on my values to keep. So I had to do a lot of thinking and planning before I even managed to get to the stage of doing it. And also not just the decluttering, but then the organising afterwards. I had to get things like, I had to make sure I had enough storage baskets, and there was a lot of planning to do at each step of the process. So try to allow yourself time for that so that you're not stressing yourself out unnecessarily, because a lot of the overwhelm that I used to experience actually came from me. And then when other people came along and said, oh, would you come over and walk the dog, or would you be able to paint my decking for me this week or whatever, I would say yes. And then that would just add to the overwhelm. And it wasn't actually the fact that I said yes to painting the decking or walking the dog that overwhelmed me. It was all of the unrealistic expectations I put on myself before that. And on top of that, doing what they had asked me to do was the issue. So yeah, I hope that gives you something to think about. I hope it's helpful. If you want to ask me any more questions, come find me on 7 Cups, and you can send me you can tag me in a feed post or find me in the forums in check-in or something. Yeah, let me know. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.